Where are all my gnomies? Hello, ladies. It's me. It's Wednesday. It's the first Wednesday of the month. So it's Watts of Love Wednesday. And here we go. We're going to be creating with these cute little gnomies today. So come on in. Say hello when you're here. I'm going to grab this feed, make sure that it's working. And I'm gonna grab my cup of coffee because I'll be a little cold and a little tired. So I'm gonna be enjoying this cup of coffee while we chat and create and we talk about Watts of Love, and just really try to come together as a community and support the Watts of Love nonprofit. So first, let me see if I can get this feed so I can see all the comments. Probably shouldn't put that right on the board, huh? All right, let's see. I think I see it already. Yay, that didn't take long. Wait, whoop, whoop, Facebook. There you go. Hey, Vicki Anderson. Hello, hello. Welcome. And there's Fran and Dorinda. Howdy, howdy, friend. Do you guys know about, have you seen the gnomes? Do you like the gnomes? Are you a gnome? Are you a gnome fan? I'm not like, I think they're so cute, but I don't like buy gnome things. But I do think that they're really cute. And we're going to use this one today for the Watts of Love project. So if you don't know what Watts of Love Wednesday is, say so in the comments. Just go ahead and type it in so I know. It does help me know like how many of you need to have the bigger explanation, or just a briefing would be good. It's super helpful. Hi Gia, hello. Hi Sandra, text BFF. You're stuck at the hotel in a snowstorm? Sandra, that's terrible. That happened to me once. I drove, it was like more than 90 miles away. I drove to a little town to do a training because I was a corporate trainer. So I went to a little town to do the training. I think it was for a bank. It was for a bank if I remember right. And little tiny town. Was not planning on staying the night. But I got there and the roads got closed down. Like, I mean, I don't even know how it got. This was years ago. I'm such a wimp with the snowy driving. Anyway, I got there, then they closed the highway. So I was stuck in the town and they canceled the training. So not only was I stuck there, but I was stuck there and I didn't have the training to do. I didn't have the workshop. So luckily, small town America, small town North Dakota, North Dakota legendary. People were so kind to me, took care of me, made sure I had a place to stay. It was fine, but I've been in those shoes, my friend. I say catch up on your Netflix. Hello, Kimmy. Hey, Fran, text BFF. Whoop, whoop. That means that she's on my texting service. It's a two-way service, so I can text y'all and let you know when I'm going live or when there's special offers or like product launches or things like that. I do send some behind the scenes photos. And you can text me back if you got specific questions, and then we can have a one-on-one chat. Hey, Jana, hello. I've been chatting with quite a few of you actually today, which has been really, really fun. So to those of you who have been texting me with your questions, there have been a lot of questions about Club Couture, a lot of questions about becoming a designer. So I'm happy to answer any of those questions, to help you decide if it's the right fit, if now is the right time, like what makes the most financial sense, which decision. So you can always reach out to me and I'm willing and able to help. So this month hey Candy, hello. Text BFF. I love that little shout out in the comments. You guys make me so happy. Did tell you yesterday, so if you join Club Couture this month, you're getting 5 free retired transfers from that program. So they're all exclusive transfers that you can't buy on the website. They were made only available to Club Couture members because those transfers are exclusive to club members. So if you join this month for the first time, you're getting, or even if you're coming back, like if you've been gone for a year and you're coming back to Club Couture and you rejoin this month, it's a monthly kit. It costs $19.99 flat fee in the US a month. You get the exclusive transfer and 3 packs of paste to your door every month. This month, you'll also get the new printed catalog for the new spring, summer, and you're getting five free transfers from the year 2021. So all the transfers were designs from 2021. And I asked yesterday, somebody asked me this question, is everybody getting the same 5? It's random. There are 10 of the 12 transfers from 2021 remaining in stock in inventory. So you could randomly get one of any of those, or excuse me, 5 of those 10 that are available. So it's going to be randomly, like, you know, if you and your sister join, you may get totally different transfers. You may get the same. It's a random selection. Thank you for sprinkling, Miss Tracy. Yeah, when you know, she's sprinkling means she's sharing. I hold this up because, you know, for those of you that are visual, she's hitting that share button. So sometimes we say we're sprinkling the nest, we're spreading the blessings, we're spreading the love, we're fluffing the nest. So thank you for doing that, spreading the seeds. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Lori. Ice is coming down in Lindsay, Oklahoma, 25 below. Snow starting in an hour and not expecting to stop through tomorrow. I know. So, oh, hopefully you don't lose power. Jana, we had about 7 hours of rain the other day, and it was 33 degrees out when it was started raining. I told you my son went down a couple hours away for wrestling, and my husband followed, thank God, because we were nervous that the bus was going to try to make it back home. You know, our level of tolerance, you know, and what we're okay with. And anyway, what happened was the whole team ended up staying in the town where they were, even though they weren't supposed to spend the night because the roads got so icky. But they made it home yesterday, so that's good. They're all home now. Fluffing the nest. Thank you, Jana. Yeah, so I just pray you all stay safe, cozy, and healthy this winter, for the rest of this winter. It's already February, you guys. The days are getting longer, and that means they're getting warmer. And I know it's hard on the dreary long days of winter, especially with all the wild weather that so many of us have had. It's hard to remember that, but they are getting longer. Hey, Teresa. Whoop, whoop. Text BFF. So do you guys like the gnomes? We're going to create with this, but it's Watts of Love Wednesday, so I should quickly look at all of them that you get in this one. And there's a new spring design available. I haven't gotten that one yet. I ordered it, but it's not here yet. So we're going to use one of these. So Watts of Love Wednesday, the first Wednesday of every month, I do a couple of things. First, I announce the shout out prize winner from the previous month. So for January. So anybody who donated to Watts of Love through the Comfy Nest community, if you did that, your name goes in the random wheel of names. And I choose one of those ladies, one of those great big generous giving hearts, to win some Couture goodies from me as a thank you for being a generous heart. So there were quite a few names, actually. There were 17 donors in January, and I've chosen a winner. I posted that video of the choosing of the winner in the VIP Craft Club, so you can go watch it if you want to. 17 donors donated $78.44 in January, which is awesome because that is like 1.5 lights. Each solar powered light costs $50 US. So when we're making a donation and it contributes to that amount, we're helping families. Right now in the country of Malawi is the country that Watts of Love has committed, or Couture has committed to helping in the next couple of years. But Watts of Love helps families all over the world, including in the United States. So you're really helping. And, you know, in these impoverished countries like Malawi, where the lights are given, they're solar-powered headlamps, but you can also wear them around your neck. They're solar-powered lights, and they last up to 10 years, and they give each family one. And what it does is it allows them, because they don't have electricity, so they're burning candles or kerosene for a flicker of light in their homes. And they're using up 30% of their monthly income on the kerosene and candles. Plus it's dangerous and it's very unhealthy, like inhaling all of that smoke and the kerosene fumes. So by Watts of Love coming in and giving them the light that's solar powered, they have much more light than what a flickering candle would give. It's healthier, it's safer, it's sustainable for the next 10 years. They're gonna on average have that light that they can use for feeding their families and caring for sick loved ones, or for the kids trying to get their reading and their writing done and their arithmetic. So not only do they do that, but then Watts of Love goes in and teaches the families how to budget, to save that 30% of their salary that they're now not spending because they have the light. Watts of Love comes in and helps coach them through, like, okay, if you saved that 30% and put it aside, what would you do with it? And many of them are choosing to buy livestock for their family. So they buy chickens, they buy a pig, they buy a cow to provide milk for their family. So it's hugely beneficial and life-changing for these families. And so every little penny you give helps. So thank you for anybody who's made a donation. So like Michelle Maidlow, she's one of our crafty chicks over here, and she just made a donation today. She's like the sweetest. Honestly, she messaged me and she said, I don't feel good. I probably won't make it to the Watts of Love live, but I'm making a donation. And she made a donation of one light herself, just herself. She made a donation today. And I thank you, Michelle, and all of you. And if you can't make a huge donation, if you can't buy a bunch of lights, it's totally understandable. But as a community, every month, we on average are giving 1 to 2 lights a month together. And I think that can be equally impactful, right? So every time you go on my website to order, you have the option to round up your order, and it goes to Watts of Love, this program. So if your order is $17.30, you round it up to $18, and the 70 cents goes to Watts of Love. And at the end of the month, I get a report that says, this is how much your community donated. And last month it was $78.44. So every time you do that, it contributes. So thank you for doing it. Just hit that little check. It's always under $1, that donation. It can be anywhere from 1 penny to 99 cents. And we appreciate every penny because it really helps. Some of you, like Michelle, then go online and just make a flat donation. You can also buy the Watts of Love transfers. There's usually a couple of designs in the Watts of Love tab where part of the proceeds of that transfer go toward Watts of Love. That's another way to donate. Or you can claim this project today, and that's another way to donate. So I am going to be creating this project on this board. It's a double-sided box frame, so it's thick and chunky. It actually will stand on its own in either direction. I'm going to design the white side. When you get it, whoever claims it, when you get it, you can also design something on the back side. That's totally up to you. But I'm going to design this side with one of the gnomes. It's going to be super cute. And I'm asking somebody to claim this today. When you say, you can just, in the comments, you can say, I claim this project. And then what will happen is I'm looking for a the board itself retails at $21.99. I'm looking for a $25 donation toward Watts of Love. So if you claim this today, I'll coach you through how to go ahead and make that donation. I donate all the supplies, my time, and then I just ask whoever claims it to pay for the shipping to get the board to you. Okay, so that's what you're donating. So I really, really appreciate. You can claim it. Yes, you can claim it right now before I've even gotten started. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So let me announce the winner for the shout out prize from last month. The shout out prize from last month actually is Michelle Maidlow. Michelle made many donations every time she ordered, and she sometimes goes on and she just makes a flat donation. When you look at the wheel of names, her name is on there multiple times because she made so many donations. But everybody's name has an equal chance of being chosen to win a little craft supplies from me. But Michelle was the winner from last month. So Michelle, again, thank you. Together, we're making a big difference. I'm going to be sending Michelle, she's going to get a mini banner. It's the fabric banner. It comes with the stained dowel and the jute. This is the little one, the 5x7 one. She's going to get a couple of bases for our simple boards, and she's going to get a pack of boards. So these are called Simple Shapes, and these are the rectangle plaques, and she's getting 2 of them. So I use that system to make this design. So you get the board, and it's double-sided. You can design both sides, and then you get the base, and I painted my base black, but they come stained. And then you slip your board into the base after you've designed it. So she's going to be getting that system, 2 boards, 2 bases. The boards are double-sided. She's getting also the fabric pennant banner. And those are all just, it's just a little way, just a little tiny way for me to say thank you to all of you. I can randomly choose one person a month to send them some goodies. So Michelle is getting the goodies. And that really was random, you guys. It really is random, but she does do a lot. She's a true giving heart, as are so many of you. Okay, let me get this down here. I'm gonna get a sip of coffee, check the comments, and then head Hey, hey, Molly. Anne's already claiming it for 30 bucks. Miss Anne, I love you for that. Thank you, Anne. She's already claiming this, so thank you. And for the rest of you, stay on board because we're gonna do something kind of funky with this project. I watched a video from another designer. Is this cord is in your way? Huh, there's nothing I can do about that, girls, but I think you'll still be able to see. I need to keep this plugged in so I don't lose. There, that's better. I watched another designer. I'll give you her name. I watched her on YouTube, actually, and the name of her YouTube channel is What's Jamie Making, Jamie. And she did something similar to this. So I'm using what she did, and I'm kind of like doing some other stuff with it. So we're going to take this basic gnome. So there's no holiday theme to this gnome. You can make it whatever you want. I'll show you the other two. And this set of gnomes, hold on here. I'm going to get this down here first. In this set of gnomes, you get, this one looks like he kind of has a winter themed hat on, he or she, because you can go with whatever colors you want. This one has stars, and they have different beard shapes, or like, you notice they've got little different shapes to them. This one has buttons. This one has little feet. Their noses are shaped a little bit different, and their hats are fabulous. So in this set, you get 3 of them. And I'm going to use the most neutral one, and I'm going to try to make this neutral so that, so that you can keep this up all year round, like so that it's, what do we call it? So that it's evergreen, okay? So these fit. Now the designs of these transfers are made specifically for these boards, but of course you could use this on anything that you have. You could put this on any board, any piece of furniture, anything. I want to make sure I'm straight, so hang tight while I focus. And I already did a little prep work here, so I had to do a little planning for this. This is going to be a little unusual, the way that I'm going to do this. I have to, you guys, I'm having a little trouble with my eyesight. So I just got to hold this up for a minute and make sure I'm straight. I might need a ruler. For myself, I don't get this particular, but because Anne is claiming this, no, I think I'm straight. Yeah, I think I'm pretty straight. It must be just like my eyes are playing games on me. You guys, I have an eye doctor's appointment coming up. All is not lost. I need to get to the eye doctor because I'm having such trouble seeing things close up. I'm fine with far away stuff. Like I'm fine driving, but my prescription definitely needs to be updated for stuff that's close up because the older I get, the harder it is for me to see. All right. This gnome is going to be black. I'm going to do the whole thing. It is Cricut, you guys. I got to be fussy about this because it's a big design and I want to make sure that he or she is straight. He or she. If I just use the bottom of the transfer, the straight edge of the bottom of the transfer with the straight edge of the board, I'm just fine. But now I want to really smooth this out. Some people will use a squeegee to do this process. But I always use my fingers because I can feel if there's any bubbles or if there's like any little, like if a piece of like something got underneath the transfer and is causing a little bubble, I can feel it. So I like to use my fingers. We're going to do this whole thing black and then we're going to dress it up a whole heck of a lot. And we're going to try something unusual. Doesn't look straight. It's straight here, Jana. It's straight. I promise. I promise. Okay, here we go. So we're going to do the whole thing black, just basic black. It's going to be really striking and stand out really well on here. And then I have some really darling embellishments and things to do with the hat. And then he's going to be holding something too. Okay, which squeegee? This is a bigger design, so I'm going to use my small squeegee. You guys usually see me use the minis. And look at the difference between the small and the minis. Right? There's a big difference in size and both come in handy at different times. Really want to make sure I'm straight here. And we're just going to come in and we're going to squeegee this design on here. And then we're going to dress it up a whole heck of a lot. Oh, I might need to get some new paste soon. Black, I'm almost out. I think this is so darling and I really do think it would be really cute on so many different things, like so many different things. It's large though. It's like really a tall design, and you get 3 of them. So you could do something for the baby's room, like get 3 of these frames. And for the spring, there's a couple more of these coming out with spring designs. I think they're holding flowers. But I like this one because it's neutral, and you can make him or her hold anything that you want. And I'm going to do that today. We're going to put something in her hands, his hands. All right. Uh-oh, I got a little spot right there. I want to just add a little more black right there. There we go. I'm going to pull it up a little slower, make sure I don't have another spot that I missed. Nope, I'm good. It's good. All right. So this is washable. This here dirty thing is very wet, so I want to make sure I don't get it on anything. But this is all washable and reusable. I'm going to put it back on its backing where it can do the least damage, and I will wash that later. And now we need to dry this. Look at how cute that is, you guys. So cute already. I'm going to dry it, and while I'm drying it, we can chit chat, and I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Cuteness, right? Yeah, I was thinking this would be really cute on a shirt. It would be darling. Adorable, isn't it, Anne? So easy, Jana. It's so easy. Everybody can do this. I promise. I'm going to put my paste away so it doesn't dry up on me while I'm drying the gnome. Our little gnomey. Oh, Sheila. Sheila, I love your comment. Sheila and I have been chit-chatting via the texting too. And she said, it's so much easier than vinyl. And sister, you ain't kidding. It's so much easier. So much easier. And faster. So much faster. I really want to make sure this stuff is dry because we're not done. We're going to be adding more and more. Molly's getting 14 inches of snow and counting. Woohoo! I'm not applying heat, I'm just applying air. It's just air, but it's still tacky. I can even feel it right there. It's still tacky. Tracy, I would love, if you do this on a shirt, I would love to see it. Yeah, you could emboss on this. You sure could. Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to keep drying while I take a sip of coffee here. Who's creating today? Is anybody crafting and creating today? Look at, I got all my names here from, I should pull those out of there. My little names for my Happy Mail folks. I'll put those aside too. All right, let's check how dry we are. I'm going to get my hot glue gun going because we got some fun things to come up with this guy or gal. It still feels a little bit tacky to me. This actually feels pretty good, but I was really focused down there, so I'm going to come up and make sure to hit the hat. Now I have glue string on me. Painting a gnome right now. Jennifer, hello, hello. That's okay, Marsha. You're never late. You're always here when you get here, and that's great. Yeah, we're good. I'm being extra cautious because I'm going to put another transfer on top of here and do some more designing. I'm going to flip little Nomi around. Oh my gosh, that hat. I'm telling you, that little hat. I'm going to flip Nomi around so I can see what I'm doing here. But I'm going to grab, I was thinking it would be super cute to add some this is a pattern. This is a pattern. What is it called? I think it's called Herringbone. Yep, Herringbone pattern. This is a transfer design that's called Herringbone pattern. And I thought that could be cute. I also thought, so this is a polka dot pattern that I had cut in half. So it comes originally the same size as that, and I cut it in half just so it's easier to work with. But if I lay this back down here on Gnome, this, and I want to come in and add some polka dots to some of these hat sections, that's my plan, is to come in and add some polka dots or some herringbone, because I can do both. I can do either. So I was thinking I would do a little bit of both. And the polka dots are a little bit bigger than the herringbone, so I feel like the polka dots should be on the lower ones because they're naturally bigger than the ones up top. But let me see. Anna's here. She's claiming this. Anne, do you have a preference? Do you want herringbone on the hat or polka dots on the hat? I'm really drawn to the herringbone because the pattern is smaller and I'll be able to fit herringbone on many of these, right? And I'm not planning on doing all of them. I was just planning on doing a few of them with some pattern. But truthfully, we could even paint. You could even paint these sections and make a striped hat for yourself. But I was just going to add a little bit. You love both? Okay, let's try. I'm so glad you're here. And this is the fun part about Lots of Love Wednesday. When somebody claims the project, then I can ask you your opinion. Like, what would you like to see happen here? So I'm going to do some herringbone on some of these. I wonder, should I do some of them or all of them? So I'm just going to press on the parts that I need to have adhered. It doesn't matter to me if this section of the transfer is stuck, is adhesived onto the board, adhered, I should say. I think I'm just going to do a couple of the big ones. I think it's going to look best. I'm going to use this color. It is called Pomegranate. Okay, really pretty, deep pink. It is actually very close to Current Jam. Actually, Current Jam is a little more red, but I'm going to use this one. So let me get it opened up over here, away from the project, and then I'm going to use my multi-tool. The multi-tool, this bottom part of the multi-tool is made to fit into the jar to be able to pick up all that paste and stir it. It's the first time I'm using this one, so I really want to make sure I give it a nice stir so all those colors really, you know, if they've separated all in shipping and packing and all that stuff, that they get, you know, mixed in again. Look at how creamy dreamy this formula is. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Okay, this I'm going to put in water. I'll wash that later. It'll wash right off. And then here I'm going to take from the creamy dreamy formula of the color Pomegranate. Okay, so now I feel like I need a different one. So this is why it's nice to have a few of these on hand. This is called the multi-tool, and I use this side to stir it. And now I'm going to use this side, this little squeegee. It's smaller. It's about half the size of the mini. See the difference in size? I'm going to use this one so that I can get in and kind of be really specific in here. And actually, let me see. I'm going to just see if I have another. I have other squeegees that I bought like at a craft store that are pretty darn small, like really small. See that one? So that might even be helpful to get around the edges. So let me just grab a little paste with this really tiny one. And I am going to start in, because I don't want to go over the black a whole lot. So I want to be careful of the edges of the hat that are black. And this is going to give me definitely a little more control because it's so little. And actually I could do this. I could grab a bit of paste and put it down in the middle. It's faster with a bigger one, but you're gonna have more control with a smaller one. So I can get a little bit of paste on there and then use this to make sure that I spread it over the edges, but not too close. Like, I don't want to go over the black a whole lot. I don't think, you know, just going over it just a tish isn't bad, but I don't want to be covering all the black with pink. So I'm going to do, this little gnome is going to be holding something, a little heart in his hands, or her hands. And I'm going to use this same color so that we coordinate everything. So I'm going to chalk this. And then I'm going to pull it back, and this is called paste and peel, because this is going to take a little bit of time. It's a little bit fussy. I'm going to chalk it. I'm going to pull it back to reveal, dry it, and then put the design back down, okay? So see how cute that is? Cuteness, right? So we're going to dry these, both the board and the transfer. We want to dry that paste into the transfer. Now, when you're applying any air to your transfers, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you're using just air, no heat, because you don't want to melt your transfer. It's got an adhesive backing and you don't want to melt that. So I'm just going to hit this with a little bit of air, make sure that that's all dried up so I don't get any smearing. But how cute is that? What do you think, girls, guys and girls? You can do this. Let me just be your little cheerleader for a minute. You could totally do this. You guys got this. It's not hard to do. And it's incredibly fun. It's a really, really fun system. I'm gonna run my finger here and make sure, yeah, nothing's moving there. And I'm just gonna touch. I'd never, on my project, the project itself, I never go back and forth to test wetness. I always just put my finger in it, like just dab, because if it's wet, it'll come off on my finger, but it won't smear it. And I think it's dry. So I'm gonna place it back down, and I'm gonna do this. I think we're gonna skip a couple, and we're gonna do this big one right here because this has a lot of color. It will have a lot of color if I add some there. So pressing to make sure that's down nicely, adding some color. So I can do the middle with this multi-tool because it's got bigger surface, but when it gets close to those edges, I think I'm gonna use that other little tool. And you could use any tool that you have on hand that's gonna make this job easier for you. Okay, so I've got that spread. There's a little extra on there. I'm gonna grab this. I got these, I think, at Hobby Lobby. I don't even know where I got them at, like what section of Hobby Lobby. I got them so many years ago. I got these. I've been a designer at Couture since the very beginning. And at first they only had like 2 squeegee sizes. They didn't have all these really little ones for detail work. And I found these at a store and I was like, heck, those will be perfect for doing little detail work. And since then they've come out with the multi-tool and the other tools that are smaller. So it's nice to have the different sizes because depending on what you're trying to do, you want to be able to have good control. Okay, so I'm just trying to hit the edges. It's like coloring in the lines. I'm adding the color into the white section. You guys, can you imagine? And you could paint all of the solid sections with like striped colors. If you wanted to add like mint green and yellow and whatever you wanted. There's a little bit of excess paste here. It'll take a hot minute to dry. So I'm gonna take that excess paste and put it back in my pot. First of all, I don't wanna waste it. Second of all, it'll take longer to dry. Well, and third of all, my biggest issue, when you leave a lot of paste behind, it makes it harder to clean your transfers. And I be the lazy girl, so we want to make it easy on Grace. I'm going to pick it up. And we're going to dry. And I'll show you this in a minute. I know you can't see it. I'll show it to you really in a minute, in a hot minute here. Thanks for the stars, whoever sent me some stars. You guys are the bomb.com. I really appreciate that. You guys, it's so super cute. I have to be patient because this is wet and I don't want to mess anything up. So I'm going to just wait a hot minute and I'll show you when the stuff is dry. I'll take the minute to show you, but I need especially this transfer to be dry because if it's not, it'll smear when I put it back down. Okay, I think it's pretty dry, so let me show you. Cute, cute, cute. All right, let's pick another big section up here. Maybe we'll do 2. So maybe I can do this one and this one. I'm trying to skip every other, so it's just kind of randomly placed on there. but it gives a pop of color. That's kind of my goal here. And this is gonna match the little heart that he's holding. Yes, it is. And Anne, since you're here and you're claiming this, you can let me know. I was going to paint the heart this color red and then chalk on it. I have a little phrase to put on it, and I was going to put it on in black, but we could do a white heart with this color writing. You know, that's the other option. So if you have a preference, Anne, you can tell me. All right, right there, I got a little more paste than I wanted, so I'm going to just leave it alone. Oh, do I leave it alone, or I'm going to try to scrape it off. You guys, this is so stinking cute. Anne, where are you going to put this, or what are you going to do with it? It would make a really cute gift for somebody who loves gnomies. But are you a gnome collector yourself? Where are you going to put this little cutie pie? All right, got that one done. So this process of pasting and peeling, it's giving you the time that you need to create without rushing. What we don't want to see, and this happens less often with the Creamy Dreamy formula. I'm going to go this way this time. I'm going to stick this down strongly right here. And I'm going to peel it back this way so that you can see it. What we want to avoid is, if I were to leave that on there and then keep working up here with more paste, the paste will dry in the silk screen, and then it will stay in the silk screen. And when I peel up the transfer, it won't transfer all the way onto the board. You need to peel back the transfer while the paste is still wet. So that's why I'm doing it that way. So we're going to dry this transfer so we don't smudge anything. We're going to dry the board, and then we'll add a little more up top. I like the herringbone pattern. I think it's really cute, and it's actually kind of modern looking because it looks a little geometric with the shape. Guys, I was so cold earlier. I had to put a sweater on. I have a tank top, and then I have this hoodie, which is thin. It's just a thin tunic hoodie. Anyway, then I decided I was cold, so I went and got the sweater, and now I'm sweltering. I don't know if my son has the heat going or what. I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna take my sweater off because I'm being too hot. Maybe it's the coffee. Maybe that's the coffee talking. All right, we don't need that sweater. Let me check the comments quick. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are liking this. Polka dot beard. Oh, fun. See, Molly, that's the nice part about it. You can do whatever the heck you want to do. You can totally make it your own. Hey, Patricia. Welcome, welcome. I see somebody here saying hello. These are your colors? Oh, yay. Hi from Wisconsin. There's Shelly. Welcome to Club Couture, Miss Shelly. Thanks for the stars, Sheila. I see that you gave me some stars. And Ann did. Thank you, thank you. And Gia, you guys are the best. I think the ladies have braids. This is a guy. Oh, Sheila, I don't know. Is that the true? I'm not a gnome follower. Is that like it? So if they have braids, they're girls, but if they don't, they're guys? Well, a beard would make sense to be a guy. So cute. Nancy says, great ideas. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I hope you like, and you can do this with any design, right? Any design that you can think of that you would want to pattern part of the design, you could totally do this. Hey, Denise. Hello, my friend. I hope your arm's feeling good. Taking it to Puerto Rico, and I'm putting it in my living area. Yay, I'm so glad. Yay, 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 yay. That makes me happy. Whoop, whoop, Shelly. So exciting. All right, let's add a little more. I'm going to add one on this big, thick one right here. They're getting more narrow, but this one's a nice thick one, so it should be easier to apply, right? I'm going to apply the paste in the middle, and I'm doing a little excess in there so that when I come in with my little squeegee, I have something to spread. Because the little squeegee doesn't hold a lot of paste. Now it's getting a little further away from my body, so it's harder for me to reach. Short girl problems. I tried to reach over the... My husband was laughing at me the other day. Now I have a lot of paste on here, and I don't want it to get messy. So I'm going to take that off. My husband, I went to reach for the remote control, but from the back of the couch. We have an open seating area, so like an open, what do you call it, design to our living room, kitchen, dining room. Open floor plan. So the couch, the back of the couch faces the dining room. So I approached it from the back, and I tried to reach the remote control, which was on the couch, the arm of the couch. I couldn't reach it. I'm like, this is short girl problems. The back of the couch is too tall for me to reach over. He was laughing at me. So not so funny. I mean, there's so many things in life I cannot reach, I cannot do because I be little. All right, we're gonna peel this one up and do some drying. This isn't hard at all. You got this, girls. You can totally do this. You can totally do this. If you want to, you can totally do this. And it's so fun. This is why I love patterns, stencils, and transfers, because patterns can always be used to make things more interesting and unique. The other option, like I said, the other option you have is you could, let me just check that. Nope, it's still wet. See, now I have some pink on me there. So I need to keep drying so this doesn't smear anywhere. Because I'm gonna do that one right on the tip. If you can see it. I wanna hit that one last spot right on the tip. Yeah, so you could paint each little stripe a different color. That would be fun. You could glitter some of them up. That would be fun. In fact, ooh, I think I would love to do glitter. I have a thick spot. So I have a spot on here that has like a little clump of paste that's a little like high and thick. I didn't scrape it off enough. So that's why it's just taking a little bit longer to dry that. And you surely don't want it coming through. We've got a white board here. We don't want like a smear of pink coming off. I think what I'm gonna do is spin him around because I wanna just do this last section right here, but you'll get a good look at him now. You guys, seriously. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now I can take any part of this and I wanna do just this little last section. So if I hang this off the edge here, then I can, it's not going to end up being herringbone, really. It's just going to be a couple of little striped markings because it's so teeny, this little top section. But I want to add the color so that it matches, and I think it would be cute to have it on the top. But it's so teeny tiny. I don't even think I can use this. I'm going to have to go with my little one. It's just a tiny little area, but it'll match, it'll match and coordinate. Oh boy, it's teeny tiny. Teeny tiny spot. It's so teeny tiny. I'll show you here in a minute, but it's darling. Okay, done with this. I'll just wash this later. So I'm gonna put it back on its backing and I'll wash that later along with the other one. So that's good. So this is what we got. You guys, I mean really. Let's put away the pink. Well, no, I'm not going to put it away, but I'm going to put away my squeegees. So I have these hearts, and I was thinking I'm going to have, oh, let me get him back the other way. I'm going to have him holding this heart, and I was thinking I'd paint it the pink, the pomegranate, and then chalk either black or white on it so it shows up. So I have a wonky heart and I have a straight heart. And I think now that I'm seeing it all together, I'm gonna go with the straight heart. So I'm just gonna use, I have my Couture little paint, I have 2 paintbrushes from the Couture accessory kit, and I could use the little one because this is a little project. I'm just gonna use the paste so that it's the same color, and we're gonna paint this. Now, a lot of times when you're trying to paint something, it does help to water it down, your paste, but I'm gonna go in with the straight. I'm not going to water it down. I'm going to go straight in because this little birch wood heart is going to suck up all this paste. They're pretty dry and absorbent. They're a non-porous wood surface. So it's going to suck up that paste. So I'm going to do a nice thick coat, and then we'll see. I'm going to let it dry and we'll see if I need to add one more little coat. But see how easily? That's paste. And even though it's erasable, we talked about this the other day. I did this in the VIP group. We did a little test on a different heart. And we said, somebody asked, it's erasable, can I erase it off that wood? So we did a little test of that, and I showed you what happens when you try to erase it off. You can erase it off, but it's still gonna leave some coloration from the pigment, the color from the paste. So we did a little test the other day. If you're interested, get into that VIP group and you can watch that and see what the outcome was. We're gonna just get this all on here and then check the paint job and see if we need to add more. There. I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna just put this aside. I'm not gonna put it in the water yet. I'm just gonna put it aside and we're gonna dry that and see if that's enough paste to just leave it the way it is. Love, love, love. Yeah, so you don't even, you know, I started to look at my paints to see if I had a color that matched. And then I realized, well, we can paint with this, little projects like that. So we'll just use our paste and then it really matches. It's exactly the same color as the hat. My paste application is thicker in some areas than others. Takes a little longer to dry, but it's drying. Oh, it would be cute too to put the herringbone on here. That would be really cute. And then you wouldn't even use a phrase, but I was gonna use, I have the minis, and I was gonna use one of these phrases on here. I'll show you which one. Again, there's not a whole lot of heat there. It's just the air. So now see right there where it's a little bit darker right there. I think it's not quite dry. I think it was a little thick-handed there, like with the application. And I don't know if it's just not dry yet. So what I can do is, I'm just gonna sand a little. We're testing here. I've got plenty of hearts to use, so it's not like we're gonna ruin anything here. We can always add more paint. We're gonna distress a little and pull off some of the excess, you know, where it's a little bit higher. Yeah, it's doing it. It's just removing a little bit of that color. So it's more, you know, more, what's the word I'm looking for? Uniform. And I have a little dark spot right there. I'm not hardly applying any pressure, you guys. And actually, I really like the look of the distressed edges. You know me, I love the distress. The board itself has like a farmhousey, really soft colored stain. It's not a dark wood, it's really soft. So it is a little farmhousey. It's hard to get in the little heart cleavage. I'm just doing a little bit of distressing, nothing major here, Em. Nothing major, just a little bit on the edges. See, just a tiny little bit, okay? Now what I was thinking to do on here, I won't fit in here the little hearts because I've already tested it. I already checked. So the hearts won't fit, but crazy little thing called love is the phrase and it will fit on there. I just am wondering if I should wax that before I come in with this. You know, that paste is staying pretty good, but I'm just gonna apply a little bit of wax to that to make sure that I don't pull up any of the paste when I go in with the transfer. So little tiny piece of shop towel, like a paper towel, and just a little tiny bit of paste. And this gives a really buttery smooth feeling to this, which is nice. Oh, Michelle, I know you did, sweetheart. Michelle, you won the shout out prize for last month. I already announced it. I don't know if you saw that in the VIP club, in the VIP craft club. I already announced that you won the shout out prize from last month. So thank you for being such a giving heart. Here she is, Michelle. I'm so glad you got a little nap. I know you said you're not feeling great. Okay, so I'm folding this over so I can get to the part that doesn't have any wax on it, just to remove the excess. Now I'm gonna put this, see how the paste comes off a little? it's getting reactivated by that wax. Now I'm just going to buff. The wax is on there. I'm just going to come in with a clean one, and I'm just going to buff. Little round circles. I'm just going to buff that wax in. So see, a little bit of that color comes off. I'm going to buff this out. And it is ideal when you're working with furniture wax, and this is basically a furniture wax. It is ideal to just let this sit, you guys, and just let it sit for a couple of hours and let that wax cure and dry. But you'll see designers all over the place. We just go right in with our pastes and it's no problem. But you do want to make sure you get the excess off. You don't really want to, if you rub your finger on it and you're getting wax on your finger, there's way too much wax on there. You really want to make sure you get off of there the wax that's not buffed into your project. But that one's pretty well, and it'll have a little bit of a sheen from the wax. Can you see that? It has a little bit of a shine. That's protecting that color. Now we'll come in with this, and I'm thinking white. I'm thinking white is going to be the best option here. I think this is just going to fit, and I need my light. I know the light makes the lighting on the camera go really wonky, but I need it just to see for a minute. It's just going to fit. Like, ooh, it fell right off because I didn't really stick it on so good. It's just going to fit. Like, I'm just going to fit this on here, Anne. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll fold over the edges to see, like, okay, am I really getting those letters in there? It's just gonna fit. Is that okay with you? Like that, Anne, if I do that? I could, wait, I may be able to raise it up a little higher. Let's see if we get it up just a little higher into the heart cleavage. Into the heart cleavage, and then we'll get more of that E and that C in there. Hold on. This is my trick so I can know the center of my little, where's the center? Because that helps me center it on my surface there. So I just do a little finger press so there's a little crease. And then I use that to make sure I'm centered on the heart. Because sometimes the fonts, you know, when they have the scrolly, it has a scroll going this way and then the Y comes up and over. It's kind of hard to see. Am I centered or aren't I? I want to get as high up on here as possible without losing the A so that I can get the C and the E in there. So now that's better. That's cute. It's even a little wonky, which I like. And then he's going to be holding this. I have some really fun, like it's going to be like a little banner. So we're going to put on a little banner. That song, right? Jenna says, I love that song too. Now, did I take out my white paste? There's the next question. I took out the black. I think it would look better with white though. I'm going to get the white. I think it's going to show up better because the letters are so little. So rather than putting black on red, I'm going to grab my white and do the white on red. It's not very far away. It's right there. Okay, so we're going to do the straight white, and it's going to match the background. We're just going to do this white, quick. It's not going to take much, and then we're going to glue it onto the ribbon, and then the ribbon onto the project. So again, so this is where the wax really helps. I got some white. I'll show you. I got it off of the transfer and onto the heart where I don't want it. That's where the wax is going to help. I should be able to wipe it right off. The littler the project, the harder it is to, because I have like stumbly fingers. I don't have like good dexterity, I don't think. But I got a little white. I'm going to show you. The white went right off of the transfer and onto the heart, but I waxed it, so I should be able, oh my gosh, that's cute. See that little excess white right there? I should be able to get that off. It shouldn't be a problem at all, because I waxed it. So I'm going to grab, this is a baby wipe that it dried out. It was just sitting here. I hardly used it and it dried out. So I'm going to take this baby wipe and I'm just going to quickly feather that right off of there. Because I waxed it. Now, if I hadn't waxed it, that would have just soaked right in. So that really actually helped me a lot. That is stinking cute. And that needs to dry, but look at the ribbon that I have. Oh, I just got this and I'm so excited about it because it's wired. It's not really heavily wired, but it is wired. I'm gonna buff this really. I'm looking at the heart and I just want to buff one more thing here. I'm gonna buff that bottom just to make everything there more uniform again. I like it to look uniform. Okay, look at this cute little, I'm gonna put this here and then I'm gonna glue the heart once it dries onto there so that he's holding this little crazy little thing. Oh, it's gonna be cute. All right, let's put these things aside. What do you think? What do you think, girls? Yeah, so yeah, Nancy, the wax is a really good helper because it gives you that protective barrier. And like I said, this surface wax, it's $9.99. It was out of stock. Pay attention because I text, this is the way I let you guys know of restocks. I always text the text BFF. So if you're on the texting service, you're going to get a text if there's a restock. I also put it in the VIP craft club when there's a restock. Whenever there's a restock, I let you know because if you've been waiting for something and if supplies are limited, which is happening all over the country with every retailer, like they just have limited supply. Sometimes it's even that they can't get the containers for what they're trying to sell. It was sold out and I think it came back in, but I don't know if it's in the inventory now, but it's a surface wax and I like it because it's a small tin and I don't ever use a whole lot of it, but I got that in 2020. July of 2020, and I still have quite a bit left. This is why I have huge vats of furniture wax from Minwax and Annie Sloan and CC Caldwell and all the things, but I don't use a whole lot of it. So I really like that tin because it's wide and it's open and I can get my fingers in there to grab the wax, and it's really shallow, so it's not hard to get it out of there. I don't always email Jana the restocks. The restocks happen sometimes weekly. And sometimes it's only a few items. But if you've been waiting for that item, like if it's a certain color paste or the wax or something particular that you've been waiting for, I do like to let the VIPs know that the restock is happening. So I generally just text it and put it in the VIP Craft Club. It was still out last night, Janice said. So keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. I had one extra, and one of the monthly kit subscribers used her birthday coupon that I gave her, and she grabbed it. So I don't have any on hand. So we'll just have to wait till it restocks. All right, I've got my little glue gun going. So now I just got to figure on here. This is so darling, you guys. It's so cute. On here, I was kind of trying to figure out if I want this to extend out or just, I think I'm going to keep it contained in. But before I even place this down on here, I got to get the heart attached to here. So I'm just going to glue it. So we need this to dry. Let's test. I think it's dry. I think it's dry. I'm going to take, my fuzzing cloth isn't anywhere nearby. It's across the room. So I've got a clean rag here and I'm going to put that down so I can put this upside down without, I don't want to muck it up at all. Then I only need this much of this. And I think it would be really nice if this was a little bit 3D, like kind of coming off of here. So I'm going to cut my ribbon. It's a ribbon. It's so cute. It's very lightly wired. So it will hold its shape, but it's not like uber wired. Like it's not really thick gauge. Now I think if I do this and glue that heart on there, it's going to look like this. Like he's holding, there's a little banner in front of him. I might have to go a little higher, but basically that's what I want to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 of these. So this is the center one. This little ball right here is the center one. So I definitely want to glue the heart this center ball to the center of my heart. I know this probably, you're probably like, what is she doing? I'm trying to get this centered, and I'm going to go a little high on the heart. I'm going to use my squeegee so I don't burn myself, and I'm going to push this into the glue ball, the hot glue, so that stays on there. We may be able to get away with just one glue dot. You'll see. Okay, we may be able to get away with the one because it's a fairly light little, we're not holding anything real heavy here. So if the glue gets on your silicone tool, it is not, it'll just peel right off, but you didn't burn your fingers. I use these all the time for pushing things into hot glue because I am not about getting my fingers burned off. And I've tried the little, you know, the little finger protectors. I've tried them and I don't like working with them. So I prefer to use a little silicone tool. Okay, so that is on there. Now I'm just going to glue this. So cute. I'm going to glue this right here. And I have one other thing to glue on, you guys. So I'm going to take a little bead of glue, like I want this hanging here. Like that. And when I put it upright, it will hang down right correctly. So yes, I'm going to put a little bead of glue onto the ball. I don't want a ton of it. I just want a little bit, just enough to hold it down. And then I'm going to push this back down into the corner here against the frame and hold that down. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to push that back, put a tiny bit of glue there. Whoops. Push this down into the frame, kind of against the frame, like it's coming, like it's hanging off the wall kind of thing. Like it's strapped in front of him. This keeps heading down, but I think it's because it's elevated that way. So we'll see when we hold it up here. Because I could always put a little tack of glue there. I have one more thing to glue down though. Let's see how this looks when I hold it up first. You guys, really cute. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tack it down. It's wanting to like, I wanted a little bit of movement, but it's toggling quite a bit. Do you like the movement, Anne? Should I just leave it? It's kind of cute. Oh my gosh, you guys, seriously. This would have been, I didn't have red. If I had red, this would have been really cute, the little balls in red. But here's what I wanted to glue on last. The last little thing. I got a little gnome nose, you guys. You guys, so it makes it totally 3D. You like the movement, Anne? Yay, leave it. Okay. Yeah, I'm so glad you like it. All right, let's see. So let's get the little gnome nose on here. It's just a half bead. It's just one of those, you know, half wooden beads. And we're going to put this little nose on and it's going to give him a totally 3D look to his face. I don't want a ton of glue. In fact, I'm going to peel a little bit of this glue back because I don't want it to ooze out. Okay. So I peeled a little bit of it off. And now I'm going to, while your glue is still warm, you can wiggle the nose around and get it exactly where you want it positioned. See how it's still moving? Once it sets, it's set. You could always, I've got strings coming everywhere. You could always, if you needed to reset it, like if you had a boo-boo and you're like, oh, that's not where I wanted it. You could always take your heat gun and reheat the glue to get it to come up and then fix it. But you guys, are you kidding me with this gnome? It just makes me happy. And I hope you love it. I hope you love it so much. Crazy little thing called love. Oh my, and I obviously, you guys, Valentine's Day for sure. For sure, this could be Valentine's Day. That's my little Massachusetts girl coming out in me. For sure, this could be for Valentine's Day. However, I think this is evergreen. I think, Anne, in your Puerto Rico apartment or condo or whatever you got going on down there, your place down there, when you put this up, I think this can stay up year round. It's so darling. And if you ever get bored of the crazy little thing called love, heat these little parts up. Your hairdryer probably on its hottest setting would heat that up well enough so you could pluck those off. You know, you soften up that hot glue, you soften it up again, get it hot, pop them off, And then you could put some other little thing there in place of it. But I think that is darling, darling, darling. I'm glad you like it. It's awesomeness. It's cute. Thank you, Claudette. I love your name, Miss Claudette. He needs a bobble on the top of his hat. Like what? Like a pom-pom or something? I have pom-poms, but they're little. They're not really big. I think a big pom-pom would be super cute there. I do. So I'll leave that to you, my dear. When you get it, I'll leave it to you. And there's certainly enough room up there for something. You could put a little bell or something. I don't know what. I'm so glad you love him. I love that you love him. Oh, that's right. You're moving. Yeah, this isn't an additional place. You're moving. And that's right. Oh, this is going to be darling for your new place. Sheila, I told you guys at the very beginning, and I will always give credit where credit is due. I saw another designer do this on her YouTube channel. I discovered her today, so it's not someone I know, but the name of her channel is What's Jamie, Jamie, Making. And she did a gnome, and she did this same process she had totally different colors. Hers was fall, it had a pumpkin on it, and she used like one of the fall designs in this part, in the hat. And she didn't have this. I don't think she did a nose. So this is like a combination. It's What's Jamie Making inspired. I could give her credit for that part of it. But the rest of it, I was, just additions that I had on. I'm so glad, Shelly, you think it's cute. That would be great. You could take me with you. I want to go with you. Yeah. Yes, yes. All right, you guys, thanks for being here for Watts of Love. Thank you to all of you generous hearts. Thank you, Anne, for claiming this. And I will send you a link. You just go to my chalk site and go to the Watts of Love tab, and you choose the amount of the donation that you want to make, and you make the donation. Then I will get this once it's all dried. I'll private message you about the details, but I'll get it all wrapped up so that we can get it shipped off to you. And I just ask that you pay the shipping, that's all. So we'll get it shipped off to you so it's nice, safe, and it's so stinking cute. You're going to just love having it. And we did it all for a good cause, so good teamwork. High five. High five. Right, Jana? Just those little bit of embellishments, just add some depth and it really makes him come to life. It's like really, really makes him come to life. Yeah, absolutely. These gnomes are darling. So these gnomes are available now. There's another set coming with the launch that are spring. And they have flowers. They are so cute. They're so cute. You guys are gonna love them. All right, you guys, my hubby's trying to call, which he's probably trying to figure out supper. So I gotta go and talk to him about supper, feed my family again. They expect it every day. I don't know what's wrong with those people. I would totally skip supper. I would skip supper. I'm usually not hungry at supper time. I want a glass of wine, which I don't do every night, but I would if I could, but I don't. I want a glass of wine, and then maybe like at 8 o'clock I'll have a little snack, and that would be really good for me. But I'm at that stage in life where I don't need as much food or as many meals, but my teenage boys and my working hubby, they be eating every meal. Well, actually, my husband, he actually doesn't even eat as much as he used to. Oh, Vicki, isn't it darling? It's so cute. I'm going to have to take some cute pictures, Anne, to share on the pages just so people can see the possibility of the designs. I use the minis. I use the mini Valentine set. That's where the crazy thing called Love came from. That was that one. I use the herringbone pattern, and I use the gnomes. And then this board is the double-sided box frame that you can get on the site. So like so much of what I used white paste, I used black paste, and I used pomegranate. No. Yeah, pomegranate. The pomegranate color. So that's what we use there. All right. You guys have a beautiful, blessed night. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a giving heart. Share this if you got some value from it. It would really help me to meet some new people over here at Talk-a-Tour with the Comfy Nest. And don't forget, February is a huge month for Club Couture subscribers. If you subscribe to the club, and I'm putting this information everywhere because it's huge, you guys. You get 5 B-size transfers. That's this size. They won't be minis. They're full transfer designs that are that size. You get 5 of them for free when you sign up this month for Club Couture. It's the $19.99 a month flat fee, and you get an exclusive design sent to your door with 3 packs of paste, plus lower flat rate shipping, plus you'll get the catalog sent to you, plus you'll get an enrollment gift from me, plus you get the perks of being a club member. There's a lot to it this month, so think about it. All right, you guys, love you all.